arrived from the desert. The courtyard. We started with palm trees and hedges. The palms were growing against the house and they were too tall. So time to remove everything. We found one of the AC units had to be moved. Next, we laid out the fountain. Then laid out the plumbing and the lights, set the forms for the concrete slab, and leveled the ground. We laid in wire to tie everything together. Time to pour the concrete. Started filling the wheelbarrow. Here comes the first load. It just kept coming. Wheelbarrow after wheelbarrow. I thought it would never end. Finally, we leveled it out and started the finish. The first pour was done. The next day, pour number 2. It was basically the same. The concrete was done. We unloaded the fountain. The bottom bowl came in 7 pieces, weighing over 300 pounds each. That's over a ton. Unloading by hand was not easy. Brought in the first one. 6 more to go. Heading back for more. We got the bottom set and cemented the joints. Next, bringing in the rest of the fountain. We sealed the bottom with Red Guard so it would be watertight. Filled in all the joints. Then rolled the bottom. It goes on pink and dries red. Next, we sealed all the vertical joints with a mesh tape, then covering with Red Guard. Rolled the sides, making it a one-piece membrane. We ended up putting on 5 coats. Well, time to build the fountain. Looks like it's not going to fit through the gate. So what did they do? Got out the chainsaw. If it doesn't fit, make it fit. Finally got it through the gate. This piece weighed about 700 pounds. Time to set the big bowl. It took 4 big guys to lift and set it. We got it on the first base and leveled it. We worked our way to the top. Next, the tile. I made a paper pattern at the bottom of the bowl and started cutting the tile. We made over 2,500 cuts in the bottom. Next, I made a pattern for the turtle. Then we started cutting each tile for the turtle. Next, we cut the background tiles to fit the turtle into. We did the same for all the fish and rest of the turtles. Time to start laying the tiles in the bottom of the fountain. One at a time, over 1,500 tiles. As we got to each of the turtles, we cut and laid around them. Same with the fish. Almost done, just a few more rows. Finally, the last row. It took us a few days just to lay the tiles. I laid out the sides. There were 7 sections, 12 by 36 inches. First, I laid out each section with the background tiles. I took a brown grain tile and drew a small hill, went to the saw and cut it out, traced it on the background tiles and cut each one. Set in the mountain. Next, I laid out the fish and cut out the tiles. I cut and inserted the fish. Now we're ready to tile the sides. First mountain, first fish. was like doing the bottom, piece by piece. Finally, the last piece. Next, the top trim and grout. With the fountain complete, we moved on to the courtyard decking. Each piece needed to be leveled and set in thin set. A finishing touch with the mallet. All the pieces around the fountain needed to be cut for the perfect fit. All in place for the final step, grout and cleaning. We brought in 2 benches that matched the fountain. Time to plumb the pump to the fountain. We have water. We added lights to the main fountain pool, a total of 3 for the perfect effect. We wanted the perfect pieces for the courtyard, so we headed to Rustic Pottery in Old Town La Quinta. We found some fantastic pottery that was fired with turquoise glass. They had custom-made sculptures of cactus. We added a little rock and they were done. Started adding the ceramic bowls, and we touched up the fountain. We added the Zen frogs, and Nancy planted the bowls with a little color. We're finally done. Let's take a little tour. We added everything from metal sculptures, indigenous plants, the sound of water, and the Zen frogs. What a perfect place to relax, and of course, a perfect place for me to paint. As night falls and the lights come on, the atmosphere changes. Hope you enjoyed our adventure in building the Zen Courtyard.